My name is Dr. Kevin R. Johnson, Sr., Senior Advisor and Fellowship Lead at Advanced CTE. A succinct description of the benefits of the fellowship are access to key post-secondary leaders, exposure to key post-secondary topics, the social networking that's developed throughout the fellowship, and then of course the peer-to-peer networking that is an essential part of the cohort model. We're looking for those mid-career professionals who are looking not only to expand their knowledge base, but gain access to social capital in order to be a successful post-secondary CTE leader. The 7 workshops of the fellowship began by grounding the work in an equity-centered theory that allows fellows to evaluate post-secondary systems to recognize inequitable systems that inadvertently or intentionally create systems that are inequitable and deny access to all learning. From there, the fellows have an opportunity to work through the data that's available for post-secondary CTE to ensure that all learners have access to high-quality post-secondary CTE systems.
The fellowship, I think, did a couple of different things. First, it helped me localize, verbalize, and express my personal voice. It helped me get surrounded by a group of people that really supported me, taught me that I needed to value my value. I needed to understand what I brought to the table. I needed to understand and I needed to be comfortable with expressing my story and how that story represents so many other students and so many other professionals that are out there. And to have a group of people surrounding me and a group of people not competing with me, but instead elevating me to give that story, to express my ideas and my thoughts. That honestly is what the fellowship did for me from day one.
Peer-to-peer networks that are developed through the fellowship are accomplished in 2 phases. The first phase is having them be a part of the ECMC Foundation's CTE Leadership Collaborative, which is comprised of 6 fellowships from across the nation. Annually, fellows participate in that CTE Collaborative convening and build out that network of individuals who have been a part of the fellowship.
I didn't see myself in post-secondary CTE roles. However, through the fellowship and all the different travels that we've been on, seeing other leaders from Texas, California, Nevada, Hawaii, Guam, and all stations east and west has really opened up my eyes to say, I have a place here. There are others who look like me, who have experienced like me, who think like me, and who speak like me. This fellowship has created a safe, caring, and nurturing place for myself to connect with 11 other post-secondary statewide CTE leaders.
We also ensure throughout the fellowship with the cohort model that fellows have the opportunity to build their peer-to-peer networks among themselves, to realize that they have individuals going through the journey at the same time that they are. Again, mid-level career professionals who are working together to build their network, but also as they begin to build their social capital, lean upon each other and have a go-to resource throughout their CTE leadership journey. The most important aspect for this fellowship, and one that we are extremely proud of at Advanced CTE, is that our fellowship focuses on diversity. That our goal is that 50% of our fellows are from a diverse background or are representative of individuals from marginalized or underserved populations. So what that does is give those fellows who may have not had the opportunity in the past to have a network of individuals or leaders of color who are familiar with the challenges that they face, and they face that challenge together. The purpose of this fellowship is the understanding that without social capital, without networks, without access to systems and information that will make individuals successful, they cannot be an effective post-secondary CTE leader.
So the support that really made a difference in my confidence as a leader is the unwavering support of my supervisor, my coach in the fellowship, and also the Advanced CTE staff that worked with us during the fellowship. These individuals were able to connect me to other individuals who had similar interests and passions as I do, or who work with learners that are just as impacted, and that was really important, making those connections.
Advanced CTE is a national membership organization, a nonprofit, nonpartisan nonprofit, that is comprised of the state leaders from 50 states and 5 U.S. territories. Those are our members, those are the individuals that we serve. So that network is what our fellows have access to as they begin their CTE leadership journey. We take the intentional step of inviting our fellows to our spring and fall meetings and positioning them to share their real-world projects. The real-world projects were completed by using the skills and competencies that were developed during their completion of the 15-month fellowship. So those real-world projects and a presentation to those state leaders, again, provides our fellows with a national visibility and positions them as experts within their field. Our application process that you're asked about a challenge, a CTE challenge that you would like to address that is equity focused, equity based. How would you address the challenge of a special population or subpopulation having access to high quality CTE programming?
During the fellowship, I was able to explore advancing equitable access for justice-involved individuals while they're incarcerated. And one of the first things that I noticed was that there was a lack of research around CTE specifically when it comes to justice-impacted individuals.
An additional aspect of the application is you telling us your preference for a coach or mentor throughout your 15-month participation within the fellowship.
This fellowship has connected me with powerful mentors and leaders in post-secondary education. So direct mentorship from somebody at a 4-year university who is deeply invested into CTE, who is deeply invested into racial and social justice, DEI work, but also this fellowship has connected me with 11 other leaders from across the nation.
And then finally, as you begin to think about or identify the challenge that you would like to address throughout your fellowship, you tell us a bit about you and why equity is important to you and why these challenges are important to you. And then of course, we ask you a bit about your background. We want post-secondary mid-career professionals because the goal of this fellowship is to ensure that within a 3 to 5 year time period, that individuals are positioned to become the next generation of post-secondary CTE leaders.
When I applied for the fellowship, I was so thankful that I had a coworker to forward me the application because she thought of me. And in that application, I think it asked us, where do you see yourself in 5 years or in 2 years or something? And I remember typing, I want to be a provost or vice president in a community college or a technical college. And today I sit here as the interim vice president of academic and student affairs at a technical college. So typing that, thinking about where I'm going to be, that's writing that into existence. And I do believe that the fellowship helped me to take that next step because it says that I am going to take the time to invest in myself and allow the fellowship to assist me and my cohort to help me get there.
We here at Advanced CTE believe in supporting the next generation of 21st century post-secondary CTE leaders. We would love to have you be a part of our leadership community.